Culture is power, history is knowledge. Chicanos, how's it going, everybody? Let's talk about Ricardo Cruz, who started up the Catholic por la raza. The Catholics raza. La raza. Por la raza. Ese. I don't speak Spanish, so I barely know how to say stuff. But he was the organizer of. He So Ricardo grew up in Highland Park of Los Angeles. His father was a musician who was uh, his mother was a secretary. Cruz received his Catholic education attending a Divine Catholic elementary school and high school. He was a class officer, enjoyed speech, debate, and winning speech awards. He developed a deep faith early on, especially that of the Jesuits. He was a Catholic tradition deep into it. He's Even after he stopped identifying as a Catholic, he attended the Oakland campus of St. Mary's College of California from 61 to 62, where he was one of the only two Mexican American students and one of the few from the lower class family. He attended Los Angeles City College from 62 to 65, where he earned his BA in philosophy from the California State University. After graduation, he continued to work for the probation department, undergoing an on the job training program. He dropped out after 3 months and began driving a taxi. Then drove to New York and stayed with his two cousins in Brooklyn, where he bummed around until his money ran low, at which point he got a job as an investigating probation officer with the New York State Supreme Court. He was promoted to supervising officer and was assigned the narcotics caseload. In 67, he returned to Los Angeles to attend law school. His first year, he worked with Pat Nave to organize Law Students Community Service Association to recruit, finance, and legal education of minorities. But he soon realized that his colleagues were being used by the administration. Redo the work. They aren't sincere. He helped to create La Raza Law Students, an organization and increasing Chicano enrollment in schools of law. So this was the first time East Los Angeles blow out. Cruz became interested in the Chicano movement, but decided to could do more for the cause if he remained in law school. He earned his JD in 71. So his it says when he was invited to a secret meeting in Santa Barbara between Cesar Chavez and his lawyers to discuss the lack of church support from the United Farm Workers Great Boycott. At the meeting, Cruz proposed Chavez that he would do whatever he could to bring about church support. When he returned to Los Angeles and teamed up with Mecha, who had independent work on the Roman Catholic Church, Brown Berets, it says Chicano students tried to see the Cardinal James Francis, but only Cruz and Joe were admitted. Despite their showing the utmost defense, Cardinals treated them like they were trash. The Cardinal threatened to have them arrested on October 1869 to pressure the church. On December 4, 69, they held a press conference to demand of the church and to announce the first public demonstration to held at St. Basil's. 500 people picketed St. Basil's without out. Christmas Day continued to protest. Sympathizers, Puerto Ricans, celebrated Mass in a dirt lot across from the street of the church. 3,000 people, many of them high school students, continued a midnight march downtown. His brother and some 20 others burned their Baptist certificates. The Catholic Church refusal to support the United Farm Worker boycott was more when the ESPNs and several Jewish organizations joined it. Cruz saw hypocrisy in the church silence. The realization led him to further criticism. The Catholics pressured the church to pay heed to its members' material needs as well as their spiritual needs. They fought Anglo-American demonstrations and pressured the church to provide more scholarships because of their criticism of the church. Having failed to obtain and reform through the peaceful means, the Catholics target recently constructed 4 million. So, have any of you guys ever heard of the Catholic La Raza? It's a piece of the Chicano movement that I've never really heard too much about, that I've just recently learned about. There's not a lot of information, but what do you guys think? Have you guys ever heard of this? Ricardo Cruz? And other than that, Chicanos, that's just another appetizer just to keep the movement and the name going. Culture is power, history is knowledge.